I keep looking at myself and I'm like, I know I look better with my hair down, but that is the last thing that I want to do right now is put my hair down. But hello, I am sewing some booties like this, and I'm sewing some like mittens, like so, for a shop, a couple cities away. They're like a nail shop, hair shop. They do like massages and stuff there. I don't really know what to call it. I guess it's just a salon. But I have a relative who works there, and they wanted some new mittens and booties. Went online, found that they were kind of expensive, and so they asked me to make them. And so here I am finishing up, putting the binding on completely, and then putting in the Velcro, and then they're completely done. So I'm really close to finishing them, but I have a huge stack of mittens and booties right in front of me. And I just thought that I would record a little bit of like just me talking. So if hearing a sewing machine annoys you, then I totally understand. But I just wanted to talk because I haven't filmed anything for my YouTube in what feels like a very long time. Like, I feel like I haven't filmed anything because I have just felt demotivated, yes, but I think the main reason is because I don't know why, but recently I've just been putting so much pressure on myself to essentially like be perfect with my business and like be perfect like when I come online. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just because I've been on social media like way too much recently, like way too much to the fact that I deleted Instagram off my phone this morning, because it's just been a lot. And I think because of that, I've been seeing a lot of people who present as women. They come on their social medias with makeup on and their hair's done, their outfit's cute and all that stuff, but that's not me 100% of the time. And I know that that is not them either 100% of the time, but because they're presenting like that, I feel like I need to do that. But then it's like, well, I don't have the energy to do that. I don't have, I don't want to do that. So I'm just not going to record anything. I'm just not going to show my face because nobody wants to see me without makeup, without my hair done, without like a cute outfit on. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case. And I need to stop telling myself that, I can only record if circumstances are perfect. Because that's the thing. Life is not perfect. My life is definitely not perfect. No one's life is. And it's not going to be, like, ever. Like, there's always going to be things that you can pick out that you wish you could change, that you wish would be this way, but they just aren't. And you just have to accept that, move on, and strategize a way to figure out how to get it to be the thing that you actually want it to be, while satisfying yourself and making sure that all your needs are being met. And I feel like the one need that has not been met by myself recently is just the fact that feeling like I don't need to do this performative thing for social media. I don't need to perform in the way that I feel as though I need to. Like, look at that. Look. I'm like, it's right there. I want to fix it. But I'm just going to move past it. That's why I'm not looking at myself in the camera too. But it's like, I don't need to perform perfection. I just need to be myself. And I feel like that is just something that I've just been on and off struggling with like just my entire life, being on social media and just in general. Even like, I think about it, it's like even if there was no social media, there's still a mirror. And I would feel the exact same way. And I feel like, too, the success of my business has weighed on me a little bit because it really hasn't been as successful as I thought it would be. So if you saw my last video, I went to Shipshawana, Valparaiso, and it was just not what I expected it to be. I brought everything that I had made. Like, I have 7 scents. One of them is an exclusive market scent. So, and then I made, of the little candles, I made 12 of them, and of the big candles, I made 6 of them for each scent. So I made like, I don't even know, but I made like hundreds, like a little over 100 probably. Let's not say hundreds, but I made a little over 100. Like, I'm staring at them right now because I'll talk about that in a second, but I made like over 100 candles expecting to sell at least half of them. And, I know that my expectations are always going to be high. I feel like that is just like the Virgo in me being like, oh, you're going to do great because why wouldn't you do great? But I think that has just really depressed me because I did not do great. I barely made the table feedback. I made $56. Like, because I had free lodging, I brought a bunch of food, and somebody let me borrow their car and didn't want me to pay for gas, and so it was all around like a really great experience outside of the convention, other than the fact that I also got food poisoning and then very sick for a week afterwards, and so I feel like that fed into my depressive state of just being super sad that I literally made $56. And it was just depressing. And I know that not everything is going to go, like not every event is going to go how you want it to. But this is my second event ever. And my first event was an outdoor event in December, which I live in Indiana. And let's just be real, it's cold. It is cold and it gets windy. And that is exactly what that day was like. And so I then blame myself. Well, the reason why you didn't do well was because of X, Y, Z, and it's not because of the environmental factors. It wasn't because of the event. Like, even if I know that that is the reason why I didn't do well, I still blame myself for not being the best that I thought that I could be and doing as much as I expected. And so, like, selling as much. And so I'm just putting this unimmeasurable amount of pressure on myself, which, again, Virgo energy, because that is it's just unnecessary, and it's not going to get me anywhere except in a bed, lying down, being sad for myself. And I've done that too many times in my life, and I want to live a happy, successful life, and the only way to do that for me is to get up out of bed and move. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lay there. I'm not going to do it anymore. And on top of that, some days for me personally are better than others. And that is because I have like physical pain that is essentially been chronic for the past 2 years. I haven't had it for my entire life. And I'm still going to doctor's appointments 2 years later from having this issue, trying to understand what is, like, not what is wrong, because I don't feel like saying, oh, there's something wrong with me. That just makes it feel like there's something wrong up here because, I don't feel the physical pain all of the time. So it's like, oh, it makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. Like, no, just why do I have this pain? I was first misdiagnosed with a liver disease, saying that I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which if you know anything about that, even if you don't, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is normally brought on by the food that you eat. So, and you have to eat a lot of it, by the way. And it goes with other environmental factors and also with genetic factors of diabetes and being overweight and not, or losing a lot of weight and not knowing why. Well, I didn't have any of this. I don't have diabetes. The weight that I am now is the weight that I have been for the past 5 years. So I graduated college last year. So it has been the weight that I have been since high school. I have not gained weight and I have not lost weight. Because you could say that I have, because I lost muscle mass because I was a cheerleader in high school. And so I was the same weight then, but I'm not as strong as I was then. But I'm still technically the same weight, but it's more fat now than muscle. But can you tell? No. Okay. And that's not something that I'm complaining about at all in the slightest bit. That is not what I'm here to say. But it was just all of these things that normally go with that disease that weren't adding up, except for the fact that my liver physically hurts every time that I eat a meal or every time I eat something that I'm intolerant to, which, come to find out, I am intolerant to a lot of things. And the intolerance to things, on a scale of 1 to 10, could be a 3. And then within a month, it's at a 5. And then the next month, it's at an 8. And then it's at a 10 to the point where I can't eat it at all. So I have to really watch my food. And that is why I run my small business. And I don't talk about it because I don't want to bring pity at all. And I feel like talking about it, I feel like an imposter because I'm like, I've only had this, like, I don't even know what to call it, but I've only had this pain for 2 years. Like, who am I to talk about it? Who am I to not, have a regular job and be able to work and do the things that everybody else can while being able to run my business. I can't have a regular job because my diet is so restrictive and I have to eat at certain times. And when I'm hungry, and all of these things can happen when I don't eat. And then on top of that too, I can't lift a lot of physical weight because the more weight that I lift, like the more it will physically hurt my insides. And then I have to take a very long break. I can't move around a lot. And what I mean by like move around a lot is like I can't like be consistently in motion. I cannot be consistently in motion for hours. And so that's a lot of things that just like either just, regular jobs are requiring of you. I can't lift things very often. I can't move around a lot. I can't work long shifts, and it has to be a completely stress-free environment, which is asking for literal, like, that is asking for something that is completely impossible in an environment where you're working with other people and you're not your own boss, you don't have your own schedule. And so that's why I do what I do, because this is all stress-free to me. This is all non-stressful work. This is stuff that I love to do, but sometimes it can be very hard, and sometimes it can be very hard to self-motivate, but then other times for me, it's very easy to self-motivate. But when I constantly see no results, like I haven't gotten a sale on my website in about 2 months now. And so when I'm not seeing any results to what I feel like the work that I'm doing, it makes me want to just stop and slowly fade and just not do it at all. But that's just not how this works. There are ebbs and flows and there are ups and downs, just like there are in life, just like there are with your emotions. And so, a business is exactly like that. And I just need to keep pushing, but sometimes it can just be really hard and really discouraging when you don't see any results from the push. And so, like Tina Fey, I am a pusher. That just reminded me of that Mean Girls scene. But it can be difficult too for me to talk about it. Like, I don't want to post this video because of the fear of still feeling like an imposter, of somebody commenting, oh, you don't have physical pain, you don't look like you're in pain, you look fine, like you look really good, like you're just like, it's all in your head kind of thing, which is, stuff that I've been told, yes, and I've also seen via other people who don't have something that is like visibly, like, look at this thing that is visibly giving me pain. Like, it's my insides. You can't look at them. You can't look at my insides. But, I just have such a love for life and such a spark within me that I love to ignite. And, but I'm just afraid to share it with the world. And I feel like I've been saying this. You can go back in like every video that I talk about anything social media, I immediately say, oh, I'm just not good at it. And I've come to realize the fact that it's not that I'm not good at it. It's that I don't want to be. It's that I don't want people to perceive me and look at me and judge my brand and judge the work that I do. It's that I don't want people to. But then again, on the flip side, I do, because I want to make sales, I want to make money, but more importantly, I want to make connections with people. I want to be able to connect with people that do the same thing that I do or do something completely different. I want to be able to connect with people. And I've just been like, oh, well, but I'm good on my own. I'm good on my own. So why do I need to do that? But it's not the fact that, I'm good on my own, right? It's the fact that all humans need human connection. And I need somebody to talk to other than my family and my boyfriend and his family. Like, I need, like somebody outside of that. Like, that is my inner circle that will be there for more than likely and, like, the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Obviously, people pass away, people, like, ebb and flow, whatever. You know what I mean? But this is, like, the core people that are going to heavily impact and be in my life for a very long time. And that's not going to change anytime soon. And so I need somebody outside of all of that who's going to do that exact same thing. Be in my life with the ebbs and the flow, but be there for a very long time. Like, I need a friend. And so I need to put myself out there. Like, and don't get me wrong, I have a couple of friends, but it's not to the point where like, I can see them all the time. Like, one of them lives in another country, and then another one of them is, like, a friend of my boyfriend's mostly, but we're, like, friends. But it's not, like, one of those things where I would, like, go and visit that person just completely on my own without, you know, wanting to, like, ask something or wanting to need something. Like, I wouldn't just go and just hang out with them, especially without my boyfriend. So it's one of those things, like, I need somebody here in Indiana that is, you know, just a person that I can talk to and just rely on. And so I need to put myself out there, is what I'm trying to say, okay? I need to put myself out there, and I need to not be afraid of if there's any backlash. And I think that's the main thing. Like, I was thinking about it today, and I was like, you know what? It's not that I don't like doing social media. It's that, and I'm not, you know, I'm not good at it. It's the fact that I don't want to be good at it, and it's the fact that I don't want to be perceived. And if I were to just take that emotion and just be like, okay, just do it, just one little video a day. And I've joined TikTok, okay? I've joined TikTok, which is something that I really didn't want to do. And I think I really didn't want to do it because of that aspect of being perceived. I didn't want to be. And that is where you are heavily perceived. Like, on Instagram, I maybe get, 30 or 20 views to a video, but on TikTok, on like a random TikTok, you can get like 100 views. Even if it's just 3 seconds, it's somebody who saw my face for 3 seconds, who heard my voice for 3 seconds, who saw into my life for 3 seconds. It's just, it can just be a lot, essentially. So I'm just trying to move past all of that. I'm trying to get past all of it. And I want to post more on YouTube. It doesn't need to be perfect because I am not perfect. You are not perfect. No one is, okay? And I'm not striving for perfection. I'm just striving for connection. So, I'm striving for connection. Oh my gosh. Now I like lost my thought. Well, anyways, thanks for listening to me ramble. I've not sown very many of these, but that's okay. But thanks for listening to me ramble. I'm just in a place right now where change is necessary and change is going to happen, inevitably. And I just need to embrace it. And I also need to be the one to push it forward. Because without me pushing it forward, without me being the pusher, it stays stagnant. And I don't want to be stagnant. I have a dream for my life, and I want to achieve that dream, just like everybody else. And so I need to move forward and move towards it. So thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to me. I know that this is obviously not a typical video that I post, but I think that getting my emotions out and getting my thoughts out on the internet could help me not only work through it all, but also find people who feel the same way, who do the same thing as me, or, just feel the same way or have the same life experiences as me. Because human connection is extremely important in life. So, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video.